Welcome everybody to the South Hockey Network, live on YouTube. Live this time from center ice of DuPage as the Titans continue on here in the 2025 Warriors preseason invite. And boy, do we have a fun one today. It's the Titans' first game in this tournament against an SHL rival. And what a rival it is. Glenbrook North on the other side at the away bench. My name is Dylan Ward, Gerard Boris on camera. Jason Weiss back at it with your scoreboard operation. This is the Wintrust South Hockey Network. We thank Glenview Bank and Trust, as always, for being the presenting sponsor behind these broadcasts and making them possible every night. Well, the Titans mathematically already confirmed to be playing in the quarterfinals later tonight at either 7:10 or 7:30 back at center ice of, or actually back at Seven Bridges Ice Arena, I should say. But top two teams of the Black Division make it, and if the Titans can win this thing or even just get a point in the shootout loss, they will finish first place in the Black Division. And if the Titans lose in regulation, they will be in second place. Titans' third game of the season, third different uniform of the season. They wore white on Thursday night, black last night, or last afternoon, yesterday, and here today, the gold jerseys. Both teams meeting at their nets. And we're just about to get started here. Thomas Preston will occupy the Titans' net. In his game against right before Thanksgiving, any other time in the regular season, preseason, or even in an exhibition game, even a spring game, there's something different about playing Glenbrook North. These boys are fired up and ready to go on both sides of the rink to grab the victory, regardless of the scenarios in the tournament. Ben Melnick will start for the Spartans. He is a first-year Varsity 1 player. 22 saves on 24 shots against Hinsdale Central. That's a .917 save percentage. Only 8 players from the Spartans returning from last year's varsity team. We thought we might see Thomas Henriksen in this lineup for his senior year, but he went out to go play AAA hockey. I believe the word we heard was that's in Washington State. Perhaps he's even tuned in, but here we go. Titans, Spartans, Glenbrook North, and Glenbrook South. Ready to go at center ice of DuPage. Asher Vanderplug and Jackson Sterner will take the face-off, and we are underway in the third and final game of the group stage of the preseason invite. Luke Fagan behind the Titans net, plays it to the far side corner, Ryan Mulvey. Now to Hoffer, who tips it out to neutral ice. Spartans have to tag up to stay on side, they do. Now out to Hoffer. Semmelhack knocked him off the puck, but the Titans are able to bring it in, and it's covered up by Ben Melnick. And that stops play. Only 23 seconds into the hockey game. One thing that has carried over from Seven Bridges here to center ice of DuPage is the lack of music. But none of these players need music to fire them up for a game like this. McCrulis at the face-off dot. He looks like he tried a shot off the face-off. That didn't work out, so the Spartans will bring it back up the other way. Now Jake Semmelhack wearing the C. He shared the C with Logan Lyons last year, who graduated, but Semmelhack, a big, now senior defenseman, had a nice scoring touch last year as well. Big hit there by Will Fagan as he runs into Semko in open ice. That fires up the Titan bench, and no penalty called on the play. Now Semko makes a move around Boris, tries a shot. That one stopped by Preston. Rebound goes behind the net. McCrulis had to play it around the boards, but it goes out of play. Physical players on the Titans, and now a junior filling into his body just a little bit more each year. As we are back underway. Anthony Pinto for the Titans. Tried to send that one in. Back for Mulvey in his own D zone. Goes across. And it's picked up by the Spartans. O'Vanian will dump it in. He's a returning player from last season's squad. Glenbrook North, quite the impressive year last year. Overall, a record of 44-11-6. They were upset in the quarterfinals of state in a double overtime loss to Bennett, but they did win the Scholastic Hockey League title, taking down Nutria Green in the final. So, not a state championship defense, but the SHL championship is maybe not as prestigious, but the same level of difficulty, if not harder, to win with the best 2 out of 3 series. As this shot taken by Karras from the left circle is stopped by Thomas Preston. Now Graham Vanderploeg to the near side. Tutai got it back to Graham. Vanderploeg, now Tutai takes a shot. That one wouldn't go. Rebound, another save, and the pad save made by Melnick. And now the Spartans will rush out the other way. Raymond Karras looking for a partial break. He'll pass it to Sterner near side, but he couldn't settle that one down. Now behind the net, Luke Fagan. Off the near boards, Tutai. Now to Weiss in neutral ice, taken back by the Spartans. It's Karras going to Jackson, Nick Jackson that is, and he backhands that one down. Part of the reason the Spartans had such a successful year last year was their goaltender, Michael Raderman. Just some absurd statistics. I believe he finished the SHL regular season with, don't quote me on this, I might have to double check, but an under 1 goals allowed average and just an unreal save percentage, if not under 1, just right about there. As a matter of fact, when the Titans put up 4 goals on him in the North-South game, that was the only game in SHL play that he allowed 4 or more. But now the tandem of, here's a pass by Hoffer to Vanderploeg. That one shot high of the net. And the rebound comes to the near side for Kosmeter, who scored 2 goals last game. Kosmeter, nice move, takes a shot, he scores! What a move to set it up off the boards and celebrates in front of the Glenbrook North bench. He's got the last 3 consecutive goals for the Titans, and they strike first. Up along the boards, has 3 guys just staring right at him, and finds the 5-hole. Nice placement of the shot there by number 22 Gold. And Owen Kosmeter with his 3rd of the season here at the preseason invite. Back to center ice we go for the face-off. It's won by GBN. So for the first time at this tournament, the Titans score the first goal. They went down 1-0 in both of their previous games, but ended up following that up with a flurry of goals. 7 goals in both of their games so far. Ventura down the left wing side. He's knocked off the puck by Luke Jackson as it's fought for in the corner. Ventura now taken back by the Spartans. Luke Jackson out to neutral ice for Morrissey. Morrissey leaves it. O'Vanian tries a shot. Ryan Mulvey stick in the way of that try. Now glove down by Ventura. Backhand pass, a nice one out to Mulvey, but it's a little too hot to handle. 1-0 South. Owen Kosmeter with the goal. Less than 5 minutes into the game. As I was saying earlier, the goaltending tandem of Logan Spiegel and Ben Melnick to work with for GBN and their new head coach, Jeff Marks, which we will get to that. I touch on that during the first intermission. But Logan Spiegel, he played the game against Maine, which GBN ended up losing in a shootout yesterday after Maine tied it up with 20 seconds left and then won the shootout against these Spartans in 1 round. In that game, he had a .946 save percentage, 35 saves on 37 shots, and again, 20 seconds away from just 1 goal allowed on that many SOGs. The Spartans, like the Titans, have clinched their spot in the quarterfinals. This one's played ahead by Jackson, got it to Sterner, who fires a shot on Preston. That one stopped and sent to the corner. Will Fagan. Now Kosmeter. Backhand chips this one to the near side. Tubakanik trying to get it outside the zone. And he will. Looking for Graham Vanderplug, but it's intercepted by Jake Semmelhack, who lets go of a wrist shot. That one stopped by Preston. Will Fagan. Now to his twin brother Luke. Looking for Graham Vanderplug with that pass as he was waiting at the blue line, but it missed him, goes all the way down, won't be an icing as it took a deflection. Mulvey backhands this one into the Spartan zone. Semmelhack off the boards. Smith gives it up to Weiss. Battle for the puck near side, right at center ice. And the Spartans able to send it into the Titans zone, but GBS gets possession right back. Semmelhack centers this one. Here's a shot. Good save made by Preston and doesn't allow a rebound. 10:42 to go here in the first period. 1-0 Titans against these Spartans. GBN does lead shots 4-2. But the sophomore goaltender for Glenbrook South up to the task so far. Back underway as the puck falls. Here's a shot right at the blue line. Came close to coming outside the zone, but Preston makes the save. We'll do it again at the circle to his right. All but 4 games total at the preseason invite taking place at Seven Bridges Ice Arena. This is one of those 4. To be completely honest with you, I understand the scheduling constraints and how you might have to have a couple games at alternate rinks, but I'm surprised this one got the boot to center ice of DuPage. You have to assume a lot of people hanging out at Seven Bridges would want to check this one out. Arguably the biggest rivalry in the state. It would be between this and Loyola New Trier. Here's a Hoffer one-timer, and they score! I think Kosmeter got a piece of it. It's his second goal of the game. Hoffer took the shot from the blue line. And how about 22 gold with the last 4 consecutive goals for this Titans team? The goalie cam will give us a good look at that. Hoffer got all of this shot. And yeah, absolutely. Deflected right in front of the net by Kosmeter. Hoffer gets another point. And let's take a look at this look. Oh, it looks like we're on the other side. That's okay, Gerard. That's that PTZ cam. So 2-0 South, just over 7 minutes into the game. Titans team showing lots of signs of offense early in the season. You know, you take a look at their opponents the last 2 days, Maine and Hinsdale Central, not regular league opponents. On paper, probably pretty, or well, easier games than the teams they'll be facing in the SHL, but they scored 7 goals in each of those games. Well, you could say that they're on pace to do it again. And this is against the GBN team that is defending a Scholastic Cup from 2025. Here's Sullivan Lyons, younger brother of the now graduated Logan Lyons, who was co-captain of this team with Jake Semmelhack last year. Now Will Fagan. Overskated the puck. Ovanian takes it back. Fagan causing pressure. He's able to backhand this one out to the neutral zone. Chasing after it, Teddy McCrulis. McCrulis shoves off a body, sends it way up high, but that's offside as it snuck outside the blue line just for a moment before Will Fagan brought it back in. 8:46 to go in the first. 2-0 South on a pair of goals by Owen Cosmeter. Neutral zone face-off taken by the Spartans. Second year in a row, these two teams clash at the preseason invite. Last year it was in the semifinals of the tournament, where the Titans ended up winning that game 2-1 in a shootout. GBN tied it late 1-1, if my memory serves me correctly. And then Glenbrook South able to prevail in the shootout. But this year, these two teams were scheduled to play each other from the jump, put into the same division in the black division. I know these two teams usually try and save their first meeting for late November. That North-South game is always their first meeting of the SHL season. This year, the Titans don't have a true home game against the Spartans at Glenview Ice Center because the game played at Centennial counts as a GBS home game. So their other two meetings against the Spartans will both be at Northbrook Sports Center, which, Gerard, I know you're not going to like this. I heard some rumors that Northbrook Sports Center has put up protective netting, which was one of our favorite rinks to shoot at for that reason specifically. Face-off win by the Spartans. Chen tries a shot. That one got blocked. And this one sent ahead, looking for Graham Vanderplug, but it goes all the way down for icing. We've got a comment in the chat. Stanislaw Volsky, hope I'm saying that right. I believe that we are hearing that that's Alex Tutai's grandfather. Welcome from Poland. We appreciate you tuning in. It's a good thing this is a noon game instead of a night game. Otherwise, you'd have to probably be up pretty late. What is it? About 6 or 7 hours ahead? Maybe you can let us know in the chat, but you just witnessed the very first usage of a new feature on the South Hockey Network. If you leave us a comment in the chat, we might show it on the screen. Gerard has been in the lab all summer, making these new features possible. Now here comes Blake Hoffer. Down the left wing side, shoots one. That's stopped by Ben Melnick. Rebound picked back up by the Spartans, Sullivan Lions. Lions over the line. Sullivan Lions, 5 games played for the varsity team last year, though double rostered. He's now a full-time member, of course, of these GBN Spartans at the highest level as the Titans come into the zone, but it's called for offside. 7:14 to go here in the first period at center ice of DuPage. Like Seven Bridges, 2 rinks here, Olympic and American size. This one is taking place on the American rink. As the neutral zone faceoff is taken by GBN. A funny bounce off the boards, lets Ventura glove it down. And it is brought out by the Spartans. No real chance there for the Titans off of that. Luke Fagan sends it across. Nice sauce pass to Anthony Pinto. Pinto sent it back, but it gets deflected out of the zone and taken by Luke Fagan once again. Morrissey brings it into the zone. Nice hit there by Zach Boris to knock a man off the puck. And it results in Boris getting it right back. Boris takes a shot on Melnick. That one stopped by the right pad. Rebound goes to the far side. Jerzyk. Back for Luke Fagan again. Spartans have not really been able to bring it into the zone cleanly much in this game. Being forced to dump it in. And the Titans usually are the ones who get it right back with all the speed on this team this year. There's another example, and that one goes down for an icing. The physicality is showing in this game. There's the hit by Boris on Morrissey. It's not every game you get to show a replay of a hit. So far, we've got 2 in the first period that were worthy. GBN controls. But not for long. And the Titans will be going to the box. I believe a hooking penalty has just been called against Sokol. Let's have another look. Number 93, Gold. And yeah, that's enough. By the book, that's probably the right call, even though it was a little light, but that'll send GBN to the power play. All penalty kills for the Titans are sponsored by Hannah Vanderploeg Trial Attorneys here on the South Hockey Network. And the penalty kill, 5 for 6 so far at the preseason invite. It's 83.3% for those keeping track at home. Here's a shot, that one blocked, and the rebound comes out of the zone. The only power play goal they allowed was yesterday with about 20 seconds left in the game, a game that they were leading 7-3 at the time. So not to make assumptions, but perhaps they weren't as locked in as they might be. Hoffer with a shorthanded goal as well. He knocks a man into the boards near the Titan bench. That draws some attention from the bench. No penalty there on what looked like it could have been a hook. Titans might get a break. Now it's Sullivan Lions. Goes across Semmelhack, one-timer, gobbled up by Preston. No rebound allowed. And a little pushing and shoving after the whistle. The linesman will come in and break that up. Number 95, White, a veteran at this point on this team, has a nice shot, especially when he's able to one-time it. So 1:14 left on the man advantage for GBN. 5:16 to go in period 1. 2-0 South on a pair of goals by Owen Kosmeter. Both beauties, by the way. Here's Semmelhack, high slot, goes down to Sterner, left circle. From a knee, gets it back up to Semmelhack, who fires, save made, rebound, covered up, enough for a whistle. The puck comes loose, but it's been blown dead already. Preston had it easy there, not much of a screen. And GBN will change all 5 on the power play. Just about the perfect halfway point. 59 seconds to go. Left wing circle face off. The puck falls, 50-50 draw. Eventually is possessed by Ovanian. Gets it back up to Luke Jackson. Across for Sarah. Vincent Sarah goes down for Nick Jackson. Left wing corner, back up to Luke Jackson. Takes a shot, that one blocked by Will Fagan. It goes down below the goal line, where it's grabbed by Nick Jackson. Tried to center it, but it's intercepted by Kosmeter, and he will clear. Just 30 seconds to go on the man advantage now. Here's Luke Jackson, dropped it off for Sarah. Sarah goes across for Karras, now to the near side, it's Luke Jackson. Over the line he comes, throws it to the right point. Here's a shot near the blue line taken by Vincent Sarah. Preston able to handle that one. And the Titans try and clear it out. Luke Fagan unable to, but now it will deflect outside the zone. And Kosmeter will send it the length just in time to avoid an icing. As the power play expires, the Titans 1 for 1 on the kill. GBN, meanwhile, now 0 for 3 on the power play at this tournament. They've only had 1 look per game so far. Boris gets it up to McCrulis, knocked off his stick. Now Mulvey will take a shot. That one is blocked and played like it was going outside the zone, but not quite. Boris has some space, shoots. That one stopped, rebound, turning around, firing is McCrulis, but the save is made by Melnick. Kept in the zone onside by Luke Fagan. Sends that one towards the net, and Melnick will need a breather as he covers it up. 3:24 to go in the first, 2-0 South. here at center ice of DuPage. Shots on goal, 10-6 in favor of the Spartans, but the Titans able to score 2 goals on only 6 shots. That's not bad at all. Titans had one of the better shooting percentages in the SHL, I believe the second best last year. I don't have the number on me. That puck gets played out of the rink. Some of the Lake Forest scouts watching on as they'll play up next against Glenbard here at center ice of DuPage. Those are the only 2 games here today. The rest are over at Seven Bridges. Here's Hoffer with a shot. That one just sizzles high of the right corner. First game of a doubleheader today for the Titans. Here's Smith, goes between the legs of Fagan, but can't catch up to the puck. Now it's grabbed by Semko, turns around, fires a shot. That one stopped. Blake Smith. But now taken back by the Titans, it's Mendoza. Out to the neutral zone, Semko tries to knock Kosmiter off the puck. Now Hoffer missed a pass out in neutral ice, and that'll go all the way down for an icing, or so we thought. The whistle never sounded. Not sure why that wasn't an icing, but the Titans will take it. You know, there have been a couple of those so far at this preseason invite that I was almost sure were going to be icings, and I'm not sure. We might have to see if anyone in the chat can let us know if there's been a rule change this year for A-High or USA Hockey that might have something to do with why those icings are not being called as often as they usually are. That one takes a bad bounce off the board. Sterner is able to get a shot off, but wasn't fully in his wheelhouse. Now Lyons throws it to the net, and barely moving a muscle is Thomas Preston to make the save. These first 2 goals scored by the Titans in the first period. The first goals the Spartans have allowed at this tournament in period number 1. They were up 1-0 following the first 17 minutes in both of their affairs leading to this one. Of course, they are playing the same opponents as the Titans in the Black Division. Hinsdale Central and Maine. As a matter of fact, Maine and Hinsdale Central played each other this morning. And in the event that Maine won that game, this would be a must-win for the Spartans based on all the records and points and tiebreakers and whatnot. But Hinsdale Central actually 2-1 winners over Maine early this morning. That was an 8 a.m. puck drop. And for that reason, the math worked out that both of these teams will be playing in the quarterfinals tonight. Just a matter of who gets which seed and who will have the last change in their game. Here's Luke Fagan taking a shot. That one blocked and forced out to the neutral zone. Here come the Spartans. They might have numbers. It's Raymond Karras down the left wing side, centered it. Here's a shot. Nice save made by the pad of Preston. Not out of danger yet as this shot goes high of the net. Now Lyons over to Jackson. Waite shoots. That one pinballs its way wide of the net. Now Alex Tutai. Titans get it out. Weiss looking for Vanderplug, and that one's knocked out of the air on the pass by Luke Jackson. And no penalty called. It looks like the Spartan bench is frustrated with that. I'm going to be honest with you. I was checking a note. I didn't see what happened, but let's see if the replay did. Oh, well. Yep, this might be the South Hockey Network, but we can admit that that should have been a penalty. Tripping. All right, so the Titans catch a break there. Right off the faceoff, here's a backhand shot by Jerzyk, and that one goes wide of the net. Sent up high, Chen takes a one-time shot. That one's blockered up high by Preston. Now back up high, Luke Jackson to the net. That one wouldn't go. Morrissey takes a shot on Preston once more, and that gets stopped. Time running out in period number 1, and just like that, 17 minutes have come and gone here at center ice of DuPage. Thanks to a couple of goals by Owen Kosmeter, the rookie to the entire program this year. The Titans lead 2-0, and we'll meet at their bench to discuss. Before we take a quick timeout, we'll take a look at that Preston save from moments ago. Yeah, that was a nice stop. As you take a look at it from your goal cam. All right, we'll be back in just a couple moments for period number 2. This is the South Hockey Network. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back to the South Hockey Network, just getting set here for period number 2 between these two bitter rivals. Dylan Ward here on the call with you alongside Gerard Boris, our technical engineer, and Jason Weiss in charge of the scoreboard in the top left corner of your screen. And you know, this is the 3rd game in a row Jason has done the scoreboard. I don't know if we're prepared to give him the CSO title yet that Brad Cesario had last year, of course, chief scoreboard operator, but we'll see, we'll see. Just keep up the good work, and that we might give that one to you. We'll see. But the Titans will switch sides here, now go from right to left, and the Spartans left to right here on the South Hockey Network. We are underway, and almost looked like that was a false start, but we will play on, and we are underway here in period number 2. 2-0 the score. In the second period, the Titans outscoring their opponents 6-1 so far at the preseason invite tournament. Here's Karras. For the Spartans, comes over the line, left wing side. Karras, nice move, gets a shot on Preston, and he's able to make the save. Thomas Preston really coming in clutch for the Titans here. Glenbrook South being outshot by a wide margin, 15-7. And now 16-7 if that one hit the net. But he's been perfect so far. Now Kosmeter lost his stick, trying to hack that one out, but kicks it ahead. Nice play. Vanderplug unable to force that one ahead for potential Hoffer partial break. Here's Sterner. Couldn't get a clean shot away behind the net. He's looking for a pass. He tried one, but it goes off the skate of Luke Fagan. And now it's cleared out the other way for Kosmeter. Already sitting on a pair of goals. He'll just one hand slap that one into the zone. One thing, I said we were going to talk about this at the intermission, but I forgot and we went off air, but Glenbrook North has a brand new head coach. Jeff Marks, longtime coach and still time president of the SHL. Evan Polakidis, now the head coach of the York Dukes in what to many was a shocking turnaround. And Jeff Marks already yelling at the official. Evan Polakidis? No, yeah, Jeff Marks, he was always the second team's coach. So in years they had Varsity 2, he was Varsity 2, and if they didn't, he was the JV coach. So he comes up from the program. This is his first taste of North-South at the varsity level, but obviously being in the program, he's very familiar with this rivalry, but tell you what, it just feels weird to not see Evan Polakidis and Ben Stein behind that Spartan bench as they were for several years. But the good news is Evan Polakidis did stay within the SHL, as he is now the head coach of the York Dukes, along with Ben Stein as an assistant coach. And Matt Boeing, who was the head coach of the York Dukes, stepping down, but staying within the program as hockey director. I know he just had a kid recently, I believe his second kid, and he's taking some time off, you could say, and giving himself some more free time. So glad to have Evan Polakidis and Ben Stein still in the league, but yeah, that was a very shocking twist to several. And Evan Polakidis I work with very closely because he's also the president of the Scholastic Hockey League, and as many people know, I work for the SHL as well as just GBS hockey. So very glad to see him remaining in the league and remaining president of the league. Penalty coming up. Delayed call. The Titans will take a shot. That one goes to the near corner. Still no possession yet for GBN. Now thrown in front. Merkrulis able to tip that one on net. I didn't see the penalty in real time. Let's see if we caught it on the replay. A good call by Jason Weiss there to my right. Hard to tell who that was that got the penalty. Looks like 79 Ben O'Vanian. And he'll have a seat. So for the first time in this game, the Titans will head to the power play. And they've been red hot on the man advantage so far through 2 games of this tournament. 57.1%, 4 for 7 on the man advantage. Hoffer and Vanderplug, Asher Vanderplug, that is, each with 3 points on the power play. Here's Luke Fagan behind the net. Leaves it for Blake Hoffer. Hoffer around Nick Jackson. Hoffer going coast to coast all the way from goal line to goal line. Behind the net, Hoffer plays it off the near boards. Kosmeter back up high, Luke Fagan. Here's the captain Mulvey with a shot. That one got blocked. Rebound back up high, Luke Fagan towards the net. Gobbled up by Melnick. And that'll stop play with 1:25 to go on the power play and 13:31 to go in the second. 2-0 Lundbrook South against their arch nemesis. Titans win the face-off to get us back underway. Luke Fagan goes across for Ryan Mulvey. Tried to backhand that one low, and now GBN will clear this one all the way down. Luke Fagan left it for Hoffer. Blake Hoffer, the now senior, plays that one off the far boards near the bench into the zone. It gets cleared, but not all the way. It goes to center ice where the Titans regroup. Mulvey across, Luke Fagan on the near side. Still 50 to go on this power play, plenty of time. Hoffer with a nice move, keeps the puck. Fake the slap shot, now he'll come into the zone, but the Titans just offside. And that'll draw a whistle. We'll see, this looked pretty close in real time. And just unable to stretch that left leg back was Asher Vanderplug. Back underway. Off the neutral zone face-off, it's dumped in. Jake Semmelhack, one of their big key penalty killers, clears it out to the neutral zone. Anthony Pinto regroups, got it to 2-tie. Now Pinto slaps it ahead, and the Titans stay onside there. Here's a shot. That one goes off the crossbar by Graham Vanderplug. Nearly his first career goal at the Varsity 1 level. And it would have been a nice one. Now Graham Vanderplug knocked into. That'll be a penalty. And that'll send the Titans to another power play. As a matter of fact, 2-man advantage for 8 seconds. So Graham Vanderploeg involved in the play in a couple of instances. That was the shot. Here's the hit. They're not scoring live, and I missed the official penalty call, but 8 seconds on a 5-on-3. Here's a shot by Will Fagan. That one stopped. First penalty expires, and we're back to 5-on-4. Will Fagan takes another shot. That one stopped by Melnick. Rebound taken by the Spartans. They can't clear it out. Ryan Mulvey sends this one down to Blake Hoffer below the net, but the Spartans get to it first and send it the length. So South 0 for 1 on the power play. But another look here. Although it doesn't say power play on your screen, it looks like. And that's going to cost you some points in the CSO race. As this one's cleared all the way down again by the Spartans. Will Fagan now. Nice move, got it to Kosmeter. Owen Kosmeter couldn't get a shot away as a nice stick there by the Spartans. Leads to them clearing it out once again. Blake Hoffer. A lot of time on ice due to the power play. As he knocks Ovanian away. Ryan Mulvey looking for a stretch pass to Kosmeter, waiting at the blue line. Went tape to tape, but then over the tape of number 22 goal. Less than halfway through the game, he's got the only 2 goals. As the Titans remain in a 2-0 lead. Mulvey, near side. Puck taken away from him, and it's cleared down. 15 to go on the man advantage. Will Fagan behind the net. Stretch pass, Kosmeter. They tried to do the same thing again, and the exact same thing happened again. 3 seconds, 2, now 1 on the man advantage, and the Spartans have cleared it away. GBS now 0 for 2 on the power play here in this game. Meanwhile, here comes Ovanian, he shoots, and that one stopped by Preston as the Spartans looking to get their offensive spark back and carry some momentum from those 2 kills. Here's another shot on Preston, and he stops that one too. .9:57 to go in the middle frame. South leads North 2-0. Don't be shy, folks. Leave us some messages in the chat. You might have a chance to see your message and name on the screen of our broadcast. Tutai just able to stay onside according to the linesman. It's taken back by the Spartans. Morrissey punches it off the near boards and down for Mendoza. Now Luke Fagan. Tried to backhand that one out. And a hand pass has been ruled against Glenbrook North. That'll put the face-off back out in the neutral zone. Dylan Ward here on the call, alongside Gerard Boris, our technical engineer and camera operator, and Jason Weiss manning the scoreboard you see in the top left corner of your screen. And as you can see, it is the Titans 2, the Spartans 0. Spartans, though, leading shots on goal 17-11 by our broadcast count. GBN wins the face-off at center ice. Here's Semmelhack to Ovanian, who slings it in. Goes down below the goal line, Mendoza. He's hitting to the boards now, Daniel Sokol. Trying to lift this one out. Jerzyk in the neutral zone. Will backhand this one deep. The Titans already with a date booked later tonight at either 7:10 or 7:30, back at 7 Bridges Ice Arena in the quarterfinals of the preseason invite. but playing for a seed right now. Luke Fagan across the line, right wing side. Down low, he's hitting to the boards. That's going to be a penalty called by the ref in neutral ice, and Luke Fagan hurting after that one. Jake Semmelhack, the Spartan captain, checking on Luke Fagan. And we'll see what the verdict is. It might be more than just 2. Let's take a look at the replay. Boarding, elbowing, cross-checking, all up for grabs as potential calls. Let's see if this gives us any look. Not really. And look at the PTZ cam. Head contact. And looks like it's just going to be a 2-minute minor. We don't have the official penalty call because game sheet is not active, but the Titans will get an offside there. So back to the power play. Go the Titans. Yeah, I'm just not sure how this is only 2 minutes, as we'll watch it one more time. Strakowski with the hit. Varsity rookie there. All right, so maybe a chance for the Titans to get back on the board with a power play. Based on their power play clip so far this season, they're due for one after 0 for 2 in this game. Mulvey goes down to Kosmeter, tried to center it back for Mulvey. Nice pass by Owen, but that one wouldn't go. Over the halfway mark of this game, Ryan Mulvey back up high, shoots and scores! What a shot, top left corner, and the captain's got his first of the season. It's 3-0 South on the power play. What a shot by Ryan Mulvey. 2 assists coming into this game, but first one that touched his stick last. And those ones are always satisfying. You probably heard the ting off the post with our ambient mics. So make it 3 straight games now for the Titans with a power play conversion. And we're back underway. 3-0, Glenbrook South. Zach Boris. Near side Ventura. Got a stick in the way. Now a shot by Karras on Preston. Is stopped by the right pad. From the Titans' point of view, I mean, if it's not going to be more than 2 minutes, at least you score on the power play. If there is a silver lining there. 7 minutes to go until the teams will break for the locker room. This one loose, it comes out to neutral ice. Over to Boris near the Spartan bench. Now Sterner over to Sarah as the Spartans regain possession of the puck. Preston leaving his net, nearly a dangerous opportunity, but that'll be all right. Meanwhile, behind the net, Mulvey hit high, adjusting his helmet after that one. Seems to be okay as he'll continue his shift. Comes out of the zone once again for Chen. To the near side, Jake Semmelhack. Smith into the zone, fires a shot. That one stopped by Preston. See if we got anything from that hit against Mulvey. Yeah, we did. Been a couple high hits in this game that were not called for penalties. When these two teams meet up, typically either a lot gets called or a little. The refs either let them play, and I'll tell you what, that doesn't change the physicality level, but the refs either let them play or they make sure it's known to be a tight game. Smith sends this one in, another big hit on the near side, that one by Tubuchanik. Sent down below the goal line. Braden Mendoza now. Through neutral ice down the near side left wing. Brings it into the zone. He's being pressured. It was a 2-on-1 scrum in favor of the Spartans, and they're able to take the puck. They can't clear the zone though. Kosmiter trying to put that one around his body. GBN now in the attacking zone, still held without a goal on 19 shots on target against Thomas Preston, the sophomore goaltender. GBN winning the season series from the Titans last year, 2-1, breaking a quite long streak as the Titans iced that one down. But GBS had won the season series against the Spartans for 4 consecutive years. Actually, as I check a note, make that 3 consecutive years, including an 8-1 record against the Spartans in those 3 years, and their only loss being in a shootout. So undefeated in regulation were the Titans in 3 straight seasons. But here's a shot by Ovanian. Preston thought he had it. It comes loose, but no harm, no foul. Now here's a shot in close. That one blocked by Pinto, and Thomas Preston will cover. Everyone in the rink thought Preston had that secured, including me up here in the booth, and that ref was about to blow the whistle. Let's see exactly what happened. This angle should give us a better idea. Yeah, it just rolled on top of his pad. Never had it. Three-zip the score here at center ice of DuPage. Mulvey centers this one. What a pass, and a backhand chance by Weiss. Would not go, but Ryan Mulvey, while being hit into the boards and falling, able to get a backhander to Weiss. Now a pass up ice. Here's a shot, and a nice save made by Thomas Preston. One-on-one chance at the doorstep with Damian Jerzyk, and Preston was up to the task. End to end we go here between these two rivals. Another shot, that one blocked by Weiss. Now getting it free is Morrissey. Now down low near the line. Nick Jackson tried to center it, goes right to the stick of Weiss. Jonah Weiss to the near side. Graham Vanderploeg takes a shot, but Jackson's stick got in the way to make the block. Now right in front, it's absorbed by Melnick, and he'll hang on. Here's the save made by Thomas Preston on the 2-on-1 rush. And just moments before that, we'll show this if we have time, the pass by Ryan Mulvey. As this shot is stopped by Melnick in real time. We'll show you that in just a moment. You don't want to miss any more of the action. Here's Sullivan Lyons, streaking is Karras, but that missed his stick, and that'll go all the way down for an icing. All right, so here is that pass by Ryan Mulvey to Jonah Weiss right in the slot. Look at Mulvey, he's knocked down, I mean, right to the stick of number 15 Gold. As a stray soccer ball goes onto the playing surface. Let's see exactly how that transpired. Lake Forest boys down that near side. Whoops. So that delayed the face-off just a little bit. 3 minutes to go in the second. Ryan Mulvey shoots it. Vanderplug was reaching out a stick, trying to get a potential tip on it. Asher Vanderplug, that is. Mentioned it yesterday, but 3 sets of brothers this year on the team. Thomas and Charlie Preston, Asher and Graham Vanderplug, and Luke and Will Fagan. Try my best to say the player's first name if they are one of 2. And of course the Vanderplug brothers, that's already a long name itself. So, try my best. Asher, of course, wearing the number 23, Graham with the number 20. Asher, a senior, Graham, a sophomore. Graham, a defenseman. Asher was a defenseman all the way up until this season, where he's officially being listed as a forward. He played forward a little bit towards the end of last season in the playoffs, but was always listed as a defenseman. Now officially making the switch. And it's paid off for him coming into this game. A goal and 2 assists already in the first 2 games. Penalty called behind the net as Mendoza's stick goes flying, or pardon me. It was actually the stick of Blake Smith. Let's just watch it one more time. That stick goes absolutely flying as Mendoza is hit behind the net. So back to the power play go the Titans. 1 for 3 on Ryan Mulvey's goal on the season. A nice clean 5 for 10, 50%. So it's anyone's guess. Here is Will Fagan with a shot, tipped by Ventura in front of the net. Wouldn't go. Now behind the cage, GBN able to find it and clear it off the far boards and down. Titans with 3 goals on 14 shots. Here's a centering pass, and how did that not hit the net? A shorthanded chance by Jackson Sterner as Nick Jackson fed him the puck. And that's probably a goal 9 out of 10 times if we're being honest. Let's see. Yeah, no save required there for Thomas Preston. That's quite a break for the Titans. Meanwhile, Ryan Mulvey goes to the penalty box. You guys catch the reason for the penalty on Mulvey? Cross-check. Gotcha. All right, well, that ends the Titans' power play, so now 1 for 4. And we'll play 4-on-4 hockey for the next minute 15. Then it'll be a shortened GBN power play when we get to that point. The Titans will be shorthanded, and all penalty kills are sponsored by Hannah Vanderplug Trial Attorneys. 4-on-4 hockey, some more open ice out there. Let's see what either team can do. Vanderplug goes between the legs of Semmelhack, and Melnick will put a glove on top of it. 1:06 to go before the intermission here at center ice of DuPage. Both these teams already have booked their spot in the quarterfinals later tonight. Also clinching based on results yesterday and earlier today. New Trier Green and Brother Rice, the first non-SHL team to book their spot as they beat out the SHL side Stevenson in their group. There's Ovanian, centers it, and that one's chipped away from the net. Will Fagan now. Looking to get it to Jonah Weiss, who almost had a breakaway. Now Hoffer runs into a man, and Weiss brings it in, and that one's sticked away by Ovanian. Now a nice pass by Lyons to get it back to Ovanian. 30 seconds left. Here's Ovanian. Up to Sarah, left circle. Centered it for Lyons, just out of his wheelhouse. 20 to go. Sullivan Lions down to Karras, around Will Fagan, backhand shot goes wide, and the Titans are able to get it out. Does Hoffer have enough time? Oh yeah, 10 seconds left. He's got a breakaway. Blake Hoffer scores! Once again, number 8 converts on the one-on-one rush, and the Titans, with just 5.5 to go in the period, extend their lead to 4-0. Another one off the post and in. You gotta love those. As that one actually, technically, just after the Spartan penalty expired, so that's already Hoffer's second shorthanded goal of the season now. As Melnick will hang on to this one, the ref will just let time run out, and the teams will head to the locker room, but it was only 1 goal away from no intermission, as the Titans, while being outshot 20-16, in full control, leading 4-0 heading into the third period. Just a solid effort here by Glenbrook South today against a team that just means a little bit more when you beat them. But the game not over yet, still 17 minutes to play and preserve this 4-0 advantage. So the teams will head to the locker room, and we will take a timeout, but not before we take a look at our comment section. We've got Megan Patterson. They play tonight. Oh, yeah, they do. The Glenbrook South Titans will play at either 7:10 or 7:30, depending on their seed. But they will be playing tonight. That is 100% guaranteed, no matter what happens in the remainder of this game. So for Jason Weiss on scoreboard, Gerard Boris, our technical engineer, this is Dylan Ward saying don't go anywhere. We'll be back on the air in about 10 minutes' time right here on the South Hockey Network. Welcome back to the South Hockey Network, everybody. Third period is just about to get started here at center ice of DuPage. This is the Wintrust South Hockey Network, of course. We thank Glenview Bank and Trust for being our presenting sponsor. As we take a look at the Baker goalie cams, the Titans, while being outshot, are in full control, and Jason Weiss is keeping track of the shots. We've actually got the official count here. They say 33-17, so yeah, it's hard to say. I mean, Preston's been making a lot of saves, but you've got the GBS shots you have lined up with just a one-shot difference. They have it as 17. Jason has it as 16, so we'll stick with Jason's count as the official count as these two teams get ready to get back underway. Ryan Mulvey still with 18 seconds left in the penalty box. So the Spartans will start on a power play, but Glenbrook South only one goal away from initiating a running clock on this GBN team. Pretty incredible. And you know this one will fire them up if they're able to seal the deal and keep it as wide of a margin as it is. Immediately following this GBS game will be Lake Forest versus Glenbard, and assuming GBS holds this lead to a victory, they will play one of those two teams. So Gerard and I will be sticking around for that. And just as the puck drops, actually we'll wait for the first whistle, but we've got another chat in the box. If you are just joining us, we've been throwing the chats up on the screen throughout the game. So let us know if you have anything to say, and maybe your name will be shown on the screen. So here we go. Right in front of the net. The penalty expires, so the Titans all the way back in the second period, but still on that power play of GBN, score a shorthanded goal. Owen Cosmeter with 2 goals, and Blake Hoffer with the breakaway right at the end. Ryan Mulvey on the power play earlier as well. We're back to our first period shooting sides. Titans in gold, left to right. And then the Spartans in white from right to left on your screen. Sterner centers it. Here's Jackson. That one goes high of the net. Rebound right in front. Here's a shot, and a nice save made by Preston. And he will cover that one up as he catches it with his glove. Thomas Preston, perfect so far here at center ice of DuPage. As he comes across and makes the stop on, looks like that's Nick Jackson, number 44 in white. Or maybe that, I have to watch that one more time, but you can see Benji Pajerski, class of 2025, in the chat. Let's go, boys. And then South Baby, he follows it up with. So Benji, such a huge part of the varsity team last year, graduated. Appreciate you tuning in. I hope you are doing well wherever you may be. Keep those chats coming, and you might see your name on the screen. A new feature Gerard's been working on this offseason. Here's a shot by Mendoza. That one hits the pad of Ben Melnick. This one sent all the way down. That'll be an icing and set up an offensive zone faceoff for the Titans. So if GBS does hang on for the victory, they will be playing at 7:10 p.m. on the Olympic rink against the winner of the blue division, which would either be Lake Forest or Glenbard. And again, that's the game immediately following this one. Well, that's a good question, Gerard. So obviously, Jason Weiss has the shots as 22-17. Game sheet has it at 35-18. So for those of you watching at home, who do you think is closer to the accurate count? The official score down in the box, or Jason Weiss, who is trying real hard to earn that CSO title that Brad Cesario held last year? And we'll see what the public thinks. Now here's Anthony Pinto. And missed Cosmeter with a pass. That'll go down for an icing against Glenbrook South. And that puts the faceoff back in their defensive end with 14:54 to go in the third period. 2 goals by Cosmeter. Ryan Mulvey and Blake Hoffer with the others as the Titans lead the Spartans 4-0 here in the preseason invitational. Titans finalists at this tournament, 3 of the last 4 years. Titans losing to New Trier Green to be eliminated in this tournament for the last 4 years, 3 times in the final and once in the semifinal. As New Trier Green, already clinching a quarterfinal spot later tonight, is going to try for a 5th consecutive preseason invite championship dating back to 2021. And yeah, you might be able to put an asterisk next to this following statistic, but in the last 3 seasons, the winner of this tournament went on to win the state championship, and yes, that was New Trier Green all 3 times, but still. That shows you it could be an indicator, as these are some of the top teams in Illinois. We've got another chat. Anastasia Cox. Let's go GBS from Henrix Smeisel, a Glenview Star Mite. Well, thank you very much for tuning in. Again, folks, leave your chats in the chat box and we might show you on screen. Here's a centering pass to Ty. Unable to put that one on target. Point blank. Now Blake Smith. To the near side it goes for Alex Tutai. Knocked off the puck, Semko will backhand this one all the way down. Will it have enough? Yes, on the freshly Zamboni'd ice, it will be an icing. Stopping the clock once again. 13:20 to go in regulation. 4-0 GBS. And the Titans, I'm sure, came into this game with some confidence. But I don't think anyone really expected this scoreline. These 2 teams always play a pretty close game against one another in the last couple of seasons. And really just, no matter what the roster looks like, the rivalry between these 2 sides just makes these games close. That looked offside, and the late whistle will prove that. If any baseball fans are out there, it's Pat Hughes, the Cubs radio broadcaster, talks about this a lot. No matter what the records look like, no matter what the rosters look like, anytime the Cubs play the Cardinals or the Brewers, the rivalry fuels those games to just be close no matter what almost every time. And he's right. And now it looks like Timothy Semko will head to the locker room. Hope everything's okay with him. And Ben O'Vanian in trouble with the door. I can hear Jason Weiss asking if Pliam is playing today. He played the first 2 games, but you make a good point. I have not seen him out there. Andrew Pliam, number 90, has 1 assist so far at this tournament. Face-off won by GBS once again. Here's Boris trying to backhand this one to Makrulis, crashing the net. But it deflects off a stick and goes right to Melnick, who stops it. 12:46 left in the third. Titans taking us on the grand tour of jerseys so far through their first 3 games. White on Thursday, black yesterday, and gold today. I'm sure there will be a new alternate jersey, a 4th jersey, as there typically is, which we will likely see Glenbrook South wear for the first time next time these 2 teams play one another. Technically, there's a chance that these 2 teams meet in the championship of this tournament for a rematch, as they, no matter what the seed is, they will be on opposite ends of the bracket. So don't count that out. But the Spartans would have to go through New Trier to do that. New Trier Green is going to be on the opposite side of the bracket if the Titans finish this one off 4-0. Or with any win, I should say. So there's also a very real possibility of a GBS versus New Trier championship once again. Chen, here's a shot. That one's blocked by Jackson Ventura. He's got a partial breakaway, couldn't poke that puck ahead enough. Here's Sterner over the line, left wing side, taken away by Tubuchanik. He's able to force that out to neutral ice. Semmelhack goes across. Sullivan Lions. Back to Jake Semmelhack. Now Karras, give and go to Semmelhack. Semmelhack down low, centered it, and nobody there to take a shot. Now it's Charlie Tubuchanik backhanding this one down. Gets it back in the far side corner, but it's taken back by GBN. Now Nick Jackson. Was a close play. I think it was onside. As Jackson gets it up to Semmelhack, but it comes outside the zone, so it doesn't matter. Lions backhands this one, and it's taken by Ryan Mulvey. 10.5 to go in the game. And a nice pass finds Owen Cosmeter. He crashes the net, takes a shot, got a big rebound, and will come back up high with it. One man lost his stick. That was Lions. Here's a shot. They score! Shot taken by Luke Fagan on the left side. His 2nd goal of this tournament. And that will make that clock tick. Luke Fagan, who didn't have a goal last season, 19 assists, already with 2, as his twin brother Will get the assist on it. Will Luke into the back of the net. 5-0 Titans as that clock runs here at center ice of DuPage. Well, Jason, you were just talking about Andrew Pliam as Weiss centers it. Here's a shot. That one's held onto by Melnick. We can throw this right on the screen. Andrew Pliam chiming in, saying, "I'm here." So I don't know if that's an "I'm here" like I'm at the rink, or I'm here at home. But for whatever reason, not playing in this one. Isaac Bonnell, who is also absent after he was in net for the victory yesterday, leaves a "Let's go, boys" in the chat. And the play stops on the offside, but not the clock. 8:37 and counting here at center ice of DuPage. The Titans looking to finish off a perfect 3-0 group stage. 7 goals in each of the first 2 games and 5 so far here tonight. The offense has just been absolutely red hot to begin the season. Here's Vanderplug over to Hoffer. Blake Hoffer centered it. Couldn't find Vanderplug there. Now Cosmeter to be taken down, no call. And the Spartans will send this one all the way down, deflected, so no icing. And a bit of a collision there. I don't think we caught that on camera. Will Fagan goes over to Pinto. He shoots and gobbled up by Melnick. 7:30 to go. Thomas Fletcher, nice play-by-play call. I'm impressed with this coverage. We appreciate that very much, Thomas. We'll be here for every varsity game. The Varsity 2 and JV squads will also have broadcasts of their own, but I'll try and make it out to a handful of those, but you might get the dads on the call for those. Nick Jackson plays it ahead. Sterner chasing after it. Mendoza trying to win that race, but Sterner able to pull it away. Ryan Mulvey. Glove down by Semmelhack in neutral ice. Waits to stay onside. He will enter the zone. He heads behind the net. The second-year captain, Semmelhack, leaves it for Nick Jackson up high left point. Now Raymond Karras. Karras trying to cut free. He'll fire one. Stopped by Preston. And Preston now with 23 saves. Did you count that one? 23 saves. And according to Game Sheet, 35. Again, leave your opinions in the chat. Who do you think is closer to the true total? Jason Weiss or the official score down in the penalty box? Semmelhack keeps it in. Sanders, here's a one-timer, but Mendoza gets in the way of that shot by Jackson, and Preston never had to make a save. Now this one's sent deep again. We are down to 5.5 to go on the running clock, and GBS with a 5-0 lead over North. And icing there by GBS. They're okay with that, as it takes some more time off the clock. And boy, does this set the tone for the next time these two teams meet. There will be at a minimum 3 more games played between these two sides in the SHL regular season series. Again, we talked about how there is potential they meet in the championship of this tournament. And there's other tournaments, and then you get the postseason that they could also play each other. But 3 more times guaranteed after this one. Thanksgiving Eve, of course, and then 2 games separated by a week towards the end of the season in January, both at Northbrook Sports Center. Here's Pinto. Up to Mechanic. Taken back by the Spartans. Here's Blake Smith. Slides it over to the near side for Chen. Chen knocks a man off the puck. Now Boyve. Backhander on Preston. He makes the save. And a collision there, far side half boards. It's Owen Kosmeter picking it up. Sitting on 2 goals already tonight. Can't get around Strakowski though. And now it's Will Fagan. Up to Tutai, stays on side, got it to Graham. Vanderploeg takes a shot, but Luke Jackson's stick gets in the way of that. That clock keeps ticking away with the 5-goal difference. And the Titans on their way to a big victory, both in score and in team morale. Strakowski. As these GBS players and fans really haven't had to sweat whole bunch during these first 3 games. The Titans have taken control of all 3 games in relatively quick fashion. Yes, GBS allowed the first goal in both of their prior games, but then scored a bunch unanswered in both instances. Two tied through it in front. It goes to Ovanian. And now Luke Jackson throws it in front. No save needed for Preston, who is 24 for 24. That is offside. And that'll take more time off the clock. 2 minutes to go in period number 3. Owen Kosmeter with 2 goals. Ryan Mulvey with his first of the season. Blake Hoffer with already his 5th of the season. And Luke Fagan with his 2nd. All around, just about as perfect of a performance as it gets, as this team still building chemistry and figuring out their lines here in the preseason invitational. And again, you have to imagine GBN going to miss Raderman this season. Talked about the stat where the Titans' 4 goals against the Spartans in the North-South game was the most he allowed all season. Here's a chance for Boris. He's taken down. The puck almost trickled in. But you can imagine that. Raderman did not allow 4 goals in any SHL game besides that one. As this pass almost finds Sterner for a breakaway, but it goes past him. He centers it, but nobody there. And the Titans able to put up 5. 30 seconds till it's official. Here's Mendoza. Trying to find Tubuchanik there. It's taken back by Jake Semmelhat. The Titans being informed by the fans to ice the puck and kill off time. Anthony Pinto will hold it. Thomas Preston, how about a shutout against Glenbrook North? 5-0 the final score as the running clock takes us home. What a performance by Glenbrook South against their biggest rival here in the preseason invite, as they make it a perfect 3-0 in the group play at the preseason invitational, and will head into the quarterfinals absolutely red hot. The final shots on goal, the Titans actually come away with the more shots on goal at the end, 25-24 by our count. As somehow Thomas Preston in the back of the line after that performance. What a statement made by the boys in blue and gold. That's going to do it for our broadcast. The Titans not done yet here in the preseason invite. They will be playing at 7:10 p.m. back at Seven Bridges Ice Arena, where they played their first 2 games of this tournament at the Olympic-sized rink against the winner of the Blue Division, which will either be the Lake Forest Scouts or Glenbard. And they play one another right here at center ice of DuPage. So Gerard and I will stick around and hang out and watch that one. We're not going to broadcast it for you, unfortunately, but actually, let's take a look at these standings real quick before we sign off. So, as it stands, Lake Forest with 6 points and Glenbard with 4. So, Glenbard needs to win in regulation if they want to advance. If Lake Forest wins in any fashion, or even just ties, it will be Lake Forest that the Titans will face. But if Glenbard wins in regulation, it will be Glenbard. So most likely Lake Forest, but still up in the air. Anything can happen at this preseason invite. Thanks so much for hanging out with us. One more comment to show on the screen. Bryce Dickey, GG boys. So for myself, Dylan Ward on play-by-play, Gerard Boris, our technical engineer, and Jason Weiss on scoreboard duty. We appreciate you hanging out with us here this afternoon. One more time, the final. Glenbrook South 5, Glenbrook North, nothing. We will see you later tonight at 7:10 p.m. for the quarterfinal of the preseason invite to start what has been a red-hot season for these Glenbrook South Titans.